Who is Obie Coleman?
Obie Coleman is a fashion designer, graphic designer. I create visuals. I just try to do anything creative that I can to try to introduce people to my art that I like.
Well, we're talking about introducing them to who Obie Coleman is. The brand is Surperlatives brand. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
What is Surperlatives brand?
Well, Surperlatives brand is it's a combination of fine art, urban culture, which I always want to represent. That's what got me into fashion, and it's basically just everything that represents me in fashion, and that's what I want to present to the people.
Now, in high school, you had a little bit different style than other folk. How would you describe your style in high school?
My style in high school, it wasn't that much different. It was just I like to incorporate art, which I still like to do. And one of the things that I did is I did a piece on Jay-Z, and it was from the Fade to Black album, and basically what it was is his face fading to black to kind of give a conceptual representation of the album, and that's just one of the ways I set myself apart in high school.
Now, where did you get the inspiration for that from? Was it a family member, a friend, or inspiration at a boredom? Where did it come from?
It came from the music, basically. It wasn't a family member or anybody in particular. It's just from listening to the music, and that kind of what drives my inspiration a lot.
Now, we know that in high school, you started the idea of the Surperlatives brand, the Surperlatives name, but then you matriculated on to Old Dominion University. Talk to us about Old Dominion University, fashion, and where you took the idea of fashion from high school through into college.
Yeah, that's kind of what I felt like I wanted to do when I got out of high school. I wanted to become a designer, but it wasn't really any programs that I was interested in when I got to college, so it kind of tapered off for a while. But a few of my professors, they kind of pushed me towards it with a few projects that I did, and that kind of gave me the drive or the inspiration, seeing some of my classmates and they liked what I did, and it was hard to find inspiration anywhere else as far as design. Like I didn't want to just be somebody who made flyers or who just created mixtapes covers, but like I like the spark I seen people's eyes when they seen something that they liked that I created.
Now, it had to be tough juggling classes and trying to design all at the same time. Something happened in college that gave you a little more time on your hands than you expected. What was that all about?
Yeah, I broke my hip. I broke my hip playing basketball, and like I'm just sitting around, and I basically had nothing to do but absorb the culture and just to looking at different things. And basically what I took to was fashion, because that's always what I've been interested in, but I had more time to do research on it, and that just kind of pushed me towards making my own stuff, because a lot of stuff that I've seen and the designs that I was doing, I could really do better, I felt anyway, or I'm showing that I can. And that's kind of what pushed me in towards making clothes.
Well, that idea stuck with you through high school, right out of college, but then the real world hit and it was time to get a job. Understand that you work 8 or 10 hours a day, but you haven't given up the passion for fashion.
No, as soon as I get off, I'm designing again, and like I have to put all my time into that to get further. It takes drive. It's hard to manage your time and still work 8 to 10 hours and still be creative. But if that's what you want to do, if it's the dream you want to pursue, that's what you have to do.
Well, we understand that you are now going outside of the doors of your own home and embarking on taking the Surperlatives brand to the public. Talk about that process. I understand you're looking for a business license and bank accounts and all of the things that have nothing to do with fashion. How's that process?
It's a little bit more than I expected, but it's the necessary steps that I need to take, because everything is about perception, and I want to be perceived as a professional, and that's why I do the things that I do. I also still want to remain creative and true to my roots, so I still paint, I still do everything that I was doing, I still try to connect with the people, but I still want to be professional about what I'm doing and carry my business right.
Well, we can talk about a lot of the things that you've designed, but before we get there, part of getting the business from the house to the street is building a team. You need some help. I understand there's a young lady named Janice that's part of your team. Talk about her role and what she does, and how you're taking that Superlatives brand out of the bedroom and into the public.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely important to have a strong team behind you, and Janice she's my strongest team member. We work so well together, basically because we both come from a design background. We both went to college. We both have education in art, so she understands a lot of what I'm doing, trying to bring concept into art, trying to bring fine art into fashion, and we vibe really well on that, and that's basically what motivates us, and we're both inspired by the same things.
Well, I understand that you have to have a budget to do anything, so I guess you being a brand new designer, there's a big truckload of money that's sitting out there waiting for you to just pick it up and buy what you need whenever you need it. Is that how it's working out?
No, it's hard to budget. You basically have to save everything that you make and invest it back in yourself to get anywhere. And what I want to give people is a good product or something they would want to wear. And you can't do that by being cheap. I had to invest a lot of my own money, and I have to work and make money to do that. So it's a struggle right now, but it's gonna get me where I need to go. And what's important is getting the best quality of what I can get to the people, and that's what I always want to carry on in my brand.
Now, you're wearing something that's a little bit different. The average garment that you make, it's not seen most places. So talk about what you have on and tell us about it.
Yeah, another thing I want to incorporate in my brand is exclusivity, and like I want to do things that are original. I want to create different things and do one of a kind items. So basically, what I have on is it's part of a series that I'm doing. I do a lot of jerseys. That's why I started off as far as fashion. I started off wearing a lot of jerseys. So I started to think about what I can do to make that different. I'm going to separate myself from everybody else. And one of the things that I associate with sports is music and art. And I think they're all relative. They're all people who aspire to be. Everybody wants to be an NBA star, or everybody wants to be a rapper, and I associate those things with culture as far as art. And I took the Atlanta Hawks jersey, which you can see, and the most inspirational people as far as music to me from Atlanta are Outkast, and I took the art aspect of that, and I took one of their album covers and interpreted that myself onto the jersey.
Well, I can see that that's original. And one of the milestones in the Superlatives brand's infancy is that bucket hat that's sitting to your left that just happens to match the jersey. Talk about that. This is one of the first hats that you've designed. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is the first hat that I designed. I try to stick my hand a little bit of everything as far as fashion, anything that can be considered fashionable. But this bucket hat, it's inspired by artists such as like Van Gogh or Impressionist artists, and it's also kind of inspired by music. It's just gives you a whole different vibe. It's kind of hypnotic. What I wanted to do was just make a pattern, and a lot of artists that inspire me, they've been known for their patterns. Like you take the vintage Versace, and like you think about all the crazy patterns that they created, and that's what kind of sticks with me, and that's what I want to do also. I just want to make visuals for people to just take them to another place, or give them an example of my creativity.
Well, your creativity is definitely abound, and people can see that in your designs, but it doesn't stop there. If someone has a specific garment, something that's special to them, but they wanted something custom, hand painted on it. How can that be done?
Well, all they would have to do is contact me. That's what I do. I work with people concepts. I try to give people what they want, and I try to give them my own interpretation and give them something maybe they didn't know that they wanted. And the way you can contact me, you can contact me on Facebook, Obie Coleman, OBIE COLEMAN. You can also contact me on Instagram, _oso_negro. That's the same thing for Twitter. You can also call me, 757-352-8625, or my email address is also available, surperlativesbrand@gmail.com.
Well, you're making a lot of moves. You're making a lot of investments in time and in money in yourself. And you found time to give back to the United Way. How does somebody that's just struggling getting started themselves find a way to budget their time, money, and efforts to give back to the United Way?
Well, it's just something I had to do. As far as exposure, that's something I had to do. It's also just to see how people react to my brand, and that was more payback than anything. I invested a lot of money into creating those original pieces and putting them out there, but the response I got back from the people was worth more than what the money would have brought me if I had a chance to make anything from it.
Now the website, brand new website, about to launch a contest. Let's talk about that. How do you get to the website, and what will people see once they get there?
Oh, it's the website is surperlatives.com, and what you'll see is basically unbound creativity. That's what I want to bring to. I want to put things on there that inspire people, and the bucket hat be one of the featured items that'll be on there. Anything that I'm putting out, any original items, they'll be featured on the website. And also, I put a lot of things in production, and they're going to be on the website as well.
And as far as payment, I understand that you have the same security payment measures as eBay and all the other big name places. They can use PayPal, is that correct?
Yeah, they can use PayPal. You can use your credit card on the site if you need to. Anywhere that I want to be a professional, so that's how I'm gonna carry the website. It's gonna be just the same as going on anywhere else online and shopping.
Now let's talk about this custom piece. I understand that if somebody wants to have an opportunity at winning a piece that's valued at almost $1,000, in this economy, $1,000, that's a lot of money. So you're going to give away something, a garment that has that kind of value. What I understand, they just have to give their name, their email address, and the city and state that they're from, and describe the piece that they like most on your website. Tell me how that works.
Yeah, I just wanna give something back for people showing interest in what I do. And the way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna introduce an original piece and give it away. So if you're interested in what I do, then you'll have a chance to win. I just need a little bit of information, and I can get that right to you.
So again, just to recap, they go to the website, they look around, they see what they like, and the piece that they like best, they just simply describe it, shoot you an email, and then you'll evaluate it and pick a winner come Christmas time.
Yep.
That's a great Christmas gift. Nobody wants to miss that. Lastly, Obie Coleman, Superlative Designs. What's going on for this next year coming?
Basically, I just want to be creative. I just want to come out with new ways to push the boundaries or get people to step outside their comfort zone and just explore new things. And it's going to be a lot coming. What I basically like to do, I like to work in series, and I have one idea as far as other creative ideas, and I just want to venture out into any form of design that I can, and that's basically like.
Now, I'm going to tell you, you're doing something that's different. Other budding designers, guys that are trying to get their product line off the ground, that have 4 or 5 different designs and don't know how to get them from a design to production. I understand you're going to be offering a service where you can help some folk get their idea from a design into an actual piece. What number do they use to call you for that one?
Oh, you can reach me at 757-352-8625, or you can also email me, superlativesbrand@gmail.com. But I basically just want to show people the process that I went through, and you basically had to invest in yourself, and that's what I want to talk more about.
Well, there you have it. Investing in yourself. Give Obie Coleman a call. It's not going to be free. It's not as if he's just going to spend all his time with you, and it won't cost you anything. But if you want to save some money, if you want to not waste any money, you need to call Obie Coleman. Superlativebrands.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Thank you very much, Mr. Coleman.
Right.